All right, I think you can see me. This is awesome. Okay. All right, so this should be fun. So let's start in about another 30 seconds. All right, another 10 seconds. All right, so this is going to be a fun day because we're going to be talking about habits. All right, and today's topic is the number one habit every successful person must does must does does to stay motivated throughout the day, and how you can easily copy it. So if there's a reason that you got on this call today, is because you felt like there at some level that you wanted to change your habits, you wanted to have better habits, and you wanted to be able to figure out how can you use this in order to stay motivated each and every day. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, now today's goals. There's a few goals today that I want to be able to get out of this. And one, I want you to be able to know and understand that productivity is easy as long as you have the right habits associated with it, which we're going to talk about how life rewards you for taking action each and every day, and then also how to protect your time and your attention, which ultimately will give you freedom. Now, before we jump into more about habits, and I'm going to be talking about the concept of what productivity is, I think it's good to sort of define and understand what productivity is. And productivity is you being able to perform an action perform the right set of actions that's going to give you significant results. So ultimately, it's getting significant results towards any goal, outcome, or whatever dream or project you have, getting significant results. So that's what we're going to talk about today. How do you get those significant results using the power of habits? And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that throughout this live cast. Okay, so my personal goal for today is, one, I want to be able to prove to you that productivity is the single most important factor to achieve any dream, and I'm going to tell you how habits is wrapped up in that. But then also, more importantly, I want to be able to demonstrate a system that I use in order to stay focused each and every day. Because every day you got to be able to have that ability to stay focused. And how do you really do that? What systems are out there? And I'm gonna tell you a system that I have, and that other students that follow me are using as well. And you'll have the opportunity to be a part of that as well. But I'll tell you more about that later. Now, for everybody who's on here live right now, I'm going to do something special for you. If you stay until the end, I'm going to give you this Rapid Achiever assessment. Specifically, this Rapid Achiever assessment is for anyone who's trying to figure out, am I even on the right path? Am I doing the right things? And I'm on the right path to achieving my goals? Well, how are you going to know that? If you take this Rapid Achiever assessment, it's going to tell you, okay, you're going to learn certain questions. And through those questions, it's going to tell you, okay, well, you're taking the right steps and the right actions towards whatever your dreams is, whatever your dream or your goal are. Okay, now who is this specifically for? If you're on here right now and you're looking, one, you need to accomplish a new goal or new dream. That's one. You might just be starting a new entrepreneur endeavor. You might just be starting up a new job, dream, whatever the case is. Then it's important that you are being productive towards that, and you implementing the right habits towards that. So that's one. And then two, you might have a whole bunch of things on your plate right now. You might have a family. You might have a bunch of different projects going on. You might own a few different companies. You might be trying to start up a few different endeavors, but you're trying to really focus. How do you prioritize that? Okay. And the way to do that is what we're going to talk about throughout this live cast. Now, for those who don't really know, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and sort of how I got to this place, and on my journey. For me, you look at this picture. This is just a kid straight out of the Bronx, New York, just trying to figure out his way. And I was in a place where when I started off, before I got on this journey, I was the type of kid that hated structure. It was hard for me to focus. I was never a dumb kid, but it was just hard for me to focus. I was always constantly on social media, just sort of doing the things that I want. Never really gave any thought to these are the things that I wanted, and how do I really get there? It's just sort of just going with the flow of life, you know, chilling, smoking, you know, and then not even know that time is just melting away, right? That was before the concept of me even knowing time is money, right? So it was interesting for me. But that was 10 years ago. And for the past 9+ years after that, I started doing things differently. I started going to college and I started learning different things. And even up until after I graduated, it was I was in a place where, okay, now I'm starting to be more strategic and starting to do certain things that's going to take me towards the places that I want to go in life. So for the past 10 years, you know, I've been able to do everything from graduate with my bachelor's degree. That's my mom on the left, and on the right side is me and my grandmother graduating my master's degree. You know, I've been blessed to do speeches, you know, speak at schools, mentoring, meet some of the world's highest paid you know, motivational speakers and actors, and being able to do online blogs and books, and be able to, you know, make be able to make 6 figures within, you know, in corporate America, using some of the very strategies that we're going to talk about during this live cast. But, you know, I'm not saying this to brag, you know, or just say that, look at me. I'm saying that throughout my life, I've learned certain things and I had the courage to actually apply it. And this is what happened, because if you start in this, right, I know this is not your first time doing this. You know, you probably read books before on how to, you know, how to move forward faster, how to build or develop habits, how to develop the right mindset to get whatever you want, right? And it's okay, because we've all, you know, been in a place where we just been learning, writing things down, and never know. Like if you see me, like one of my things, I took Strength Finders, right? And one of the things they have, they call it well, one of the strengths they said I have is input, which means that I like to write down stuff and take notes. And if you like to write down stuff and take notes, you know, you probably got notes for years. You know, you probably have Evernote or OneNote, or you've been taking notes on notepads and Post-its and everything, right? You know, just the things that you come across. And after the years and years of just, you know, just writing things down, you know, you think that you're going to actually go back and implement it, but you don't, you know, and it's hard, and you barely even look at the stuff that you write down, right? So I get it, and it's okay. You know, life is about a learning journey. So one, you know, don't be upset, you know, with the fact that, or regretful at the fact that you procrastinate. You know, you could just, you know, it's okay, because most people do that. You know, most people upset. One of the things I never want to live with is regret. So, you know, don't be mad at yourself, because it's okay that you know, that you're like that. Because one, we all have somebody we could be mad at, right? Or something, right? Or a part of ourselves that we could be mad at. Like one of the concepts that I've learned on this journey was the concept of the monkey brain. And you know, we all have a part of ourselves that's called the monkey brain that's really has a lot to do with us being lazy. And it's the monkey brain is a concept that I learned from a guy named Darren Hardy, success editor, you know, business consultant. And he talks about that we have 3 brains, not just one. We have 3 different brains within our brain. We have one called the sage brain, which is really about you learning. That's the reason why you're on this live cast right now. But then we also have the monkey brain, which is the brain that always wants new, novel. Is the brain that always wants to, you know, on board. It's the emotional part of your brain that sort of that's sort of hard to control or tame. It says the monkey because, like, oh, like every time you show the monkey a banana, it just goes berserk, right? So that's everything from anytime something new comes in, you get a new text message, a new phone call, anything happens, it's hard for you to sort of stay focused, because it's like showing a monkey a banana. So that's why it's called the monkey brain. And then you also have the robot brain, which is things that take care of the automatic things. That's the part that takes care of the habit part of you, right? That's things that you do unconsciously, you know, that's part of your body, or that's part of, you know, just what you do on a daily basis. So that's what that part is. But it can be hard to try to you know, to get these things to work together. First of all, get your brains to work together, you know, and especially being able to tame the monkey part of your brain and in nature. So that's why I'm here, you know, because you need support. we all need support. I need support. I came up, I had a coach for some time as well, and we all need that support. So that's why I'm here, and I'm here as your productivity coach today, so I can help you get to where you need to get to. Help you accomplish your goals, your dreams, help you implement the right habits, the right mindset, and be productive towards what you want to get to. Okay. So just a little bit about me, if you're not sure. I started straight from the bottom. Like I said, I started from the Bronx, New York, going from the hood to higher education. You know what I'm saying? But I was blessed enough to be able to, to even be inspired to get to college. But when I got there, I had no idea what was going on. Like, just to show you how ignorant I was, I got to college and, I'm looking around, I'm looking at everybody, and I'm seeing people grouped up in cliques, all wearing different colors, right? And throwing up signs. So what does that look like, right? Coming from where I come from. so, needless to say, if you know what I'm talking about, right? That's fraternities and sororities. But, that's just to show you where my mindset was at. But it was always one thing that I did know. I always knew that I hated procrastinating towards the things that I really wanted, because I did have some level of ambition, but I never really thought about, okay, maybe I should actually figure out how to get there. And, but I hated procrastinating because I knew it was certain things that I wanted in life. And, but I just never really did it. So, pretty much how my story starts off is like, I was a broke college student, right? And I remember, my mom calling me one day and she's saying, Terrell, you know what? You in school now. And, it's time for you to be grown. You got to start paying your own bills. So the first thing I'm not paying for anymore is your cell phone bill. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you're not paying for my cell phone? I'm like, what am I supposed to do? This is like the first time she really tried to push me into the world, right? So, I at this point in time, I'm like, I got to really try to, figure something out. Apparently, I'm grown now. And really at this point, I was just, sort of, tired of not keeping my word. Because if I'm telling her, hey, I'm going to stand on my own, I'm going to pay for this stuff, and this is what I got to do, then, I'm going to do it. But like I said, I was tired of not keeping my word. I was tired, procrastinating on the things that I said that I wanted to do. And, when you call on the Lord, sometimes, he comes through. I'm going to say sometimes the Lord comes through. So it was this one particular time where, not too long after that, I had a friend approach me, asked if you want to make some extra money. I'm like, of course, what do you got for me? So he actually introduced me into a network marketing company. And it was when he introduced it to me, I said, you know what, if it's about making money, I'm down, right? So he started, telling me more about the company. And as I joined, I didn't really know the level of hard work and dedication you really have to put towards it to make money. Well, needless to say, where I came from, I wasn't exposed to any of that. So for me, it was just like, all right, well, if this is not good money, it's not quick money for me. I'm not really interested. I got to put too much work in. I'm too busy. I have other things to do, like smoke, drink, chill, talk to girls. I have too many other things that's busy that I need to do, right? So, needless to say, they was persistent with it, but I remember, but there was just one time where it was a whole bunch of people, right, that was part of my team, and they said, hey, we need to go out to Oklahoma so we go to the seminar. Well, didn't have any money, broke student. And they said, you know what, we're going to take this van that sort of looked like the mystery machine from Scooby-Doo, right? And they said, listen, we're going to go out there, we're going to drive, and you don't have to worry about, any money. So they convinced me. I went out there, but it wasn't the trip out there that really changed me. It was really the ride back. And I remember, on it was a long ride back, hours, just waiting, cramped up in a small car. And one of the things that they popped in the CD and we was listening to different personal development. And I remember listening to a guy named Jim Rohn. And this guy, one of the, during his era, he's one of the guys who were really big in the personal development industry. And he said this one line that really gave me a moment of clarity. And he said this, he said, we must all suffer from one of two things, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret or disappointment. And I remember just at that point, I got chills down my spine, and it completely shifted my entire belief, because it was at that moment that I realized that productivity was the key to everything. And if I wanted a life that, if I really wanted the life that I wanted and not have any regret with it, that it will really be productivity that I would do it, and it would be the habits that I formulated along the way, and that's that pain. I said I would always rather be paying myself to be disciplined instead of being regretful or disappointed. Because it's like this. Like, have you ever realized something for the first time and all you can do is just like stare into space? Like, you remember like somebody said something to you and you just like, and then that's when you just like realize like, wow, this really just shifted my whole entire mindset. So that was just me. I was just stuck in the car, just not believing what I heard. So after that, I said, all right, this is the plan. I said, I don't care. When I get back, I'm going to be the best damn associate this company's ever seen. And my first order of business is to pay for my cell phone bill. And that was it. Like, that was my first initial, goals and ambitions, like for really joining it and realizing I want to change. And, but as you start any journey, you have an idea and you want to go on any path, it's not always going to be easy. So for me, when I got back, on campus, off campus, calling friends, family, I started running into rejection. I started to doubt myself, and that started leading to me procrastinating more, right? And so it got even worse than that. I started making so much excuses that I just said, this is not for me. I don't need to, I guess money's not that important. Maybe I'll come up with an excuse to try to, maybe get a job at retail or something. But, this is not really for me. And just when I was about to quit, I had a moment that I said, you know what? Let me just try one last thing. So I just tried this one last Hail Mary pass, right? And this Hail Mary pass was to actually listen. Right? It was to listen. It was to actually start paying attention to the things that they were saying. I said, let me just actually just listen to what they say and do it. So that's when I started jumping on the phone calls, right? They had to be mentored by millionaires. That's when I started reading more books. That's when I started being able to, go to more seminars and actually do the team activities and go out and talk to people more. And as I actually started doing that, I noticed that I started making hundreds of dollars on campus, hundreds of dollars on campus. And, one of the great things about it was, it just really made myself proud. I made myself proud to do it because it wasn't really just about, the money was good. I was able to pay for my cell phone. I was able to pay for the amenities and food and things that I needed on campus. But, the more importantly than that, I made myself proud because I said I was going to do something and I did it. And then also I told my mom that I was gonna keep my word and I was gonna pay for this and do the things that I need to do, and I was able to do it. So that was actually the most fulfilling. Now you can look at all of this and then you can say that's good. That's good for you. You were able to put your mind to something and do it. But it don't always have to be the big thing. It always has to have to be money, because one of the guys that I was coaching named George, and he actually went through the program that I have. He said this. I really wanted to be involved in SGA, but I didn't think I would have the time. All the members of the student body was very understanding that I was too busy with school. But after going through this program, I started using the Daily Impact Planner to write down my priorities and realize I have free time to add to SGA, Student Government Association, into my schedule. So, I told him about a planner that he can use, and you use this is like the GPS to your life, because this is what you're going to use in order to know exactly what's important to you and how to move forward every day. So he went through our program, he used it, and he was able to realize he had more time to do the things that he really loved within school, which is SGA. All right, now you got to understand what today's world is looking like, because you have an old world and then you have a new world, right? New way of thinking, old way of thinking. The old way of thinking is, many people just think productivity is what it used to be back in the day, which was time management and just being busy all day, right? I have to be productive. That's what it is. But that's not what time management is anymore today. Today is a whole new world, right? When it's back in the day, you didn't have that many things going on, and people were just able to work because there wasn't too many distractions. But that's the old way. The new way of thinking today is distraction management, because we have so many things, so many open portals coming into our world: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, GroupMe going on for crazy. We have email, you got phone calls coming in, you got text messages coming in, you got so many distractions around us right now. So many people have access into our life that we sort of forget that we have agendas and things we want to accomplish because we're trying to do all of these things, and there's only a certain amount of hours every day. You do this year after year, then you notice you'll never be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So like for me, there was a time where, especially when I was first coming up and I started saying, all right, let me get serious about spreading my message to the world. One of the things that was difficult for me at first was trying to figure out how, what to focus on and how to stay focused. And so I started trying to do things during the day. I would like wake up when I wanted to, and like during the day trying to do things and, try to get my name out and try to write my book and do different things like that. But I was realizing that it was hard for me to really do that because there was so many things going on. And I was, focused on trying to do things with social media and it was distractions and, and I had a girl and I had a dog, and it was a bunch of things going on. But what I noticed was that, okay, well, it's a lot of things that go on during the day, but if I could sort of remove some of the things that's either distractions or the things that, may not be as a priority as part of some of the projects I want to accomplish, then maybe I'll be able to get more done. So what I decided to do was started waking up earlier. The world is asleep. Dog is asleep, everybody's asleep, right? So that's when I started waking up at 2 and 3 in the morning. And I noticed that I'll be able to have a couple hours where I can straight work and do the things I need to do and without being interrupted. And that's when momentum really started kicking for me. That's when I finished my book within 60 to 90 days. And that's when I started getting my name out there more and started doing more of this work, right? So, so that's what it's really about. It's really about how do you remove distractions and then focus on what's a priority to you at the time. Okay. Now, this is an overview. Now we're going to jump into specifically what the number one secret is in order to figure out how do you use the number one habit that you need in order to stay motivated, right? So this is the secret. It's about discovering the daily mental tricks of what the world's highest achievers do every day. And how do they get themselves to take action? So it's really about the daily mental tricks. So I'm gonna tell you about that. Okay. All right. So and in their work ethic. Right. So I thought it'd be fun to sort of throw it back for you. All right. And the real answer to this is their morning routine. What I really noticed out of the years of study and research and thousands of dollars and everything invested in the conversations, everything what I really noticed is that it boils down to their routine, their morning routine, right? And don't take this out of context. If you're looking at this for your own self, your own self, it's more about you setting up the day and planning the day, not just about you. Just if you might, because you might sleep during the day, right, and work at night. But when I say morning routine, just listen to what I'm saying. It's about how you start your day. So morning routine is, what do you have to do in order to prime yourself for the day? What do you have to do in order to make sure that you plan your day strategically on the things that you want to get accomplished? But then also, what a lot of people miss, and what I've realized is that high achievers, they also prime their emotions because they know what they feel like doing. They got to get themselves to feel like doing it and then stay a high achiever all day. Because if you're tired, if you don't feel like doing it, or if something's on your mind, you're not going to really do the best you can do at your priorities, right? So that's what they do. So I thought I'd throw it back in. We're going to look at Benjamin Franklin, right? Who is one of the founder fathers of the United States. We're talking about, now remember this, we're talking about the 1700s, right? Benjamin Franklin, helped draft the Declaration of Independence. Brilliant inventor, invented the almanac, the lightning rod, bifocals, so it was, so we talking about 1700. So this is how far this morning routine goes back. Okay. So we looking at, so this is what he used to do. He had a morning routine. First, he would ask himself questions at the beginning of the day. What good does he want to do today? And then he would have his morning routine for the first 3 hours that do everything with figuring out what he has to do for the day, study, eating, different things of that nature. But he's just sort of prepping his mind. What do I have to do? Asking himself certain questions, right? That's what I've really noticed. They ask themselves certain questions that's going to get them in a mental space to actually do what they need to do in the morning. Then he will work for about 4 hours, eat, and then also work for another 4 hours. And then in the evening time, he would sort of prep his day, eat, and then think about, all right, how the day went, and then move on to the next, and then sleep, and then do the same thing over again, right? So you see this sort of morning routine, this prep. Same thing if you work during the day, that's fine. As soon as you wake up, how can you spend a couple hours, at least 1, 2, or 3 hours, right? How can you spend those first few hours prep in the day? And it could be totally different for you. You might want to work out in the morning. You might want to just ask yourself certain questions. You might want to listen to something positive that's going to help you get in the right mindset. It's about the right mindset to accomplish what you want to accomplish throughout the day. So that's what it is, because because I would just remember for me, and I just told you about sort of my morning routine, waking up and getting things done. But it's important that we understand how to start the day right, so we can move throughout our day efficient. Like, so for me, there's times where I was just so obsessed into work and doing so much and throughout my day, to where it started spilling into to my relationship, and it started making like doing emails, sending at night, Saturday nights, and all types of stuff, right? But it wasn't until I started doing my morning routine and just shifting the important things that I had to do in the morning when the world is asleep, that I had time to focus on other things that are important in life as well. Okay. Now, this is one of the most, it's one of the funnest things that, one of the funnest quotes that I love that Kobe said. He said, "I focus on one thing and one thing only. And that was trying to win as many championships as I can." And, so that's really what it's about. When you're looking at habits, it's like, okay, do you know what habits you want to accomplish? And how are you going to use these habits to the best of your ability? And that's what we're really talking about. So Kobe said that he focuses on one thing at a time. And his one thing is his championship. So let me ask you this question. How do you focus on winning championships in your life? What are the championships in your life? How can you focus on winning that? How could you use this morning routine in your life, this morning routine habit in your life, in order to accomplish the goal that you want to accomplish? All right. So, just for me, give you another quick little story. When I was studying for my certification, when I used to think being busy was the same thing as being productive, which is completely not true, right? Because there was, there's a story where, when I first got into my career doing cybersecurity, that I noticed that I was excited about the job, and my manager was too. And he said, "You know what? You seem really enthusiastic. So one of the things that I really want you to do, I think it'd be good, for your career in this environment, is you get your certification. So go out. I'm gonna pay for your certifications, $500. I'll pay for all the materials. Don't worry. And I'm gonna let you study here." And one of the things that one thing he said was, "I want you to really get this certification." So I'm like, "Yeah, cool. I'm fine. I'm excited about it." Right. So let's do it. So, so he gave me a chance, got all the materials, gave me a chance to, to study throughout the months. I had 5 months to plan and study and pass the certification exam. So the months go by, right? And I'm not really, structured. I don't have any, habits or routines. It's just sort of, okay, maybe I'll study 10 minutes here. I work 10 minutes, 15 minutes there. I didn't really, I'm being distracted. Let me go online. Maybe I research something. Okay, then now maybe I might look at a couple questions, couple chapters. And I did that for 5 months, getting ready to go into the exam. So I walk into the exam, I'm ready, right? So I'm about to crush this exam. I'm about to do this, right? So I go in there, I look at the exam, and it looks like a completely different language. It looks completely different. And, it really caught me by surprise. And needless to say that I completely failed the exam. And, and it was sort of embarrassing for me, because it was like, you had all this time to study, plan, everything was set up for you. I didn't have the right habits and routines in place, and that I didn't do it consistently. So, but that was what I reflected back. I reflected that afterwards, years later. But it wasn't until this year when I had to take another exam, which was another certification exam, which was one of the top cybersecurity certifications in the field to become one of the top professionals. And I said, you know what, before I had 5 months to do it, but I wasn't really focused. I said, you know what, I'm gonna tighten up these deadlines, and I'm gonna do it in 5 weeks. And in 5 weeks, I studied. I made sure that I studied at the same time each and every day. I had a system of what I'm gonna study, how I'm gonna take the questions, who I'm gonna get the help from, and needless to say, after all of that, I passed the exam, flying colors. Now, how is that possible? 5 months completely failed, 5 weeks completely passed. Well, that's because I had the right habits in place and routines every day, and I was being productive towards the things that I really needed to do in order to pass that exam. Okay, so at the end of the day, productivity is easy. As long as you have the right focus in your life, as long as you have the right habits in your life, it's gonna make it all worthwhile for you. Okay, and again, I'm gonna give you access to those who are live here to the Rapid Achiever Assessment. Okay, now what does all this mean? How do you put all this into play? One, once you start putting everything we're talking about into play, you're gonna start noticing that you're actually accomplishing your big goals again. When's the last time you accomplished a big goal? Because I can guarantee that you did many of the things that we talked about throughout this live cast. But once you really start doing these things again, you're going to start noticing that you're accomplishing your big goals. But then also, of course, you want to make yourself and your family proud. If you have kids, or you have friends, or if you have coworkers, you're going to make the people around you proud because you're moving forward and you're making progress again. All right. So, could you see? Question. Could you be able to see how having a plan, removing distractions, and creating winning habits will help you hit your goals? Sounds like an obvious question, rhetorical question, right? But could you really see how doing this stuff could really, this was really pulling back the curtains, right? How do you really do that? So that's what we just went over, right? So if you think that's true, let me ask you a question. Are you excited about everything that we talked about today? How many of you right now on this call feel like you're overwhelmed because we've covered so much? All right, because I know, because literally it can feel like this. It could feel like a fire hose right now, because I tried to get as much information that I can get out to you within the limited time that we have. But obviously I can't fit everything that I know, or 9 years worth of knowledge and study and research and things that I know. So what I decided to do was, so you could be able to have all that knowledge, I decided, with your permission, I've decided to, I would like to tell you about I'd like to tell you about a program that I have. And I created a special program that's for the people that's ready to start integrating these practices within their life. Okay, so if it's okay, I'm just going to spend about 10 minutes, and I'm just going to let you know about the program and a very special offer that I created to help you start implementing these new strategies, beliefs, habits, routines. All right, so that's what we're going to be talking about for the next 10 minutes. And here we go. So the name of the program is called More Productive Days. All right, it's a 6-week training program that talks about the different aspects of productivity. Okay, so week 1 and 2, we're going to talk about the mindset mastery. Week 3 is about energy rejuvenation. 4 is unbreakable personal productivity. Overcoming obstacles is week 5, and then week 6 is the group coaching calls. Now this program is 30 to 60 minutes for each week of training, and then each section you'll have access to for life, and then you can access all of this stuff throughout any of your mobile devices that you have. Okay, and I'll talk a little bit more about each of these weeks and break it down just a little bit for you. So week 1, we looking over mindset mastery. So that's going everything over what is productivity to success. What are the most basic ideas of success that you need to know, to how do you discover really what your purpose is. And there's a few more modules as well. That's a part of that. But that's week 1. Week 2, we'll talk about how do you master your mindset for maximum productivity, putting your success on the schedule, and then mastering daily and weekly motivation. How do you really? We're going to get down into the weeds of how to do that. Okay, so that's what we'll go over in week 2. Then in week 3, we're going to dive into what are the energy boosters. Okay, how do you give the body the energy that you need? We all know that it don't matter how much strategy you know. If you are tired, you don't feel like doing anything. You don't feel like rolling out of bed. You at work and you're tired, you don't feel like talking to anybody, nothing, right? Don't talk to me, nothing, right? So we all know that energy is important. So that's what we're going to dive into week 4. And then by the time week 3, by the time you hit week 4, now you'll be ready to, now you'll be ready to know how to, how you achieve any project. We're going to talk about how to set daily and weekly goals. I'm going to talk about the daily impact planner, right? And can you use that as your GPS, right? And we're going to talk about the pockets effect, which is how to use your spare free time in order to catapult yourself forward further into success. And then week 5, we're going to talk about how to overcome obstacles, everything from, how to put an end to procrastination to how to overcome life's challenges, and, how do you destroy negative thoughts and self-doubt, right? So that's what we're going to talk about in week 5. Then in week 6, we're going to go through some group coaching calls. Okay. There's some group coaching calls where, people who've been through the program as well, is everything from additional insights that I have, things that, cause I don't want to make the program too long to where, is drawn out. So there's going to be additional things that I've learned, and there's going to be some new concepts on there. There's going to be questions that other students that have been through the program are going to be asking as well. So you'll be able to sort of listen to that, frequently asked questions, and all of those type of things. Okay. So that's what we have to look forward to for there. And so you'll be able to have group coaching calls. Now, this is a great case study from Imani. And, one of the great things about this was, she was, as a matter of fact, I think it won't even do justice. Let me just tell you her story. She said that I've been wanting to get into the social work for the past 5 years since my college graduation, but I've been stuck in retail and there's been so many distractions. After your coaching, I've been able to remove most of my distractions, social media and Netflix, to focus on applying to jobs. And now I have a ton of interviews and hopefully I'll be hired soon. So this doesn't have to be the biggest things in the world. She was in a situation where, she really just needed to, make she really wanted to get into the career that she wanted to get into, but she was being distracted. She was watching a lot of Scandal, and it was a bunch of other things that was hard, for her to focus. So, so just after talking to her, she was able to remove the distraction. She was able to clear her schedule and get back to the thing that she really wanted to get back to. All right. Now, who does the program work for? One, if you might be an entrepreneur starting up a business, or if you want to scale, you might already have something. If you want to scale larger, of course, being productive is going to help you do that. But then also you might be looking to be promoted, or you might be looking to lose weight, or anyone, if you might have a dream, anything you're trying to accomplish or a project, and you got tired of putting it off, procrastinating, having a project that's stretching from year to year to year. You just keep saying, I want to do this, and you're not accomplishing it. This program is perfect for you. Okay. So that is who this program works for. Okay. Now let me just tell you what you're going to get today specifically. One, you're going to get the 6 weeks and more productive day masterclass. But I said, what else can I do for you? So I'm throwing something else in addition to the 6 weeks of more productive masterclass. One, you're going to get the daily impact planner. Remember that plan I told you that's the GPS of your life, because you're going to need to use. That's what this is. So you're going to be able to, one, it's going to help you stay focused on your priorities, save money, have time with your family, have peace of mind, but you'll also be able to remove all the busy and random work. That's what this is for. It's helping you remove all of that. And you don't have to worry about being stressed or disappointed that you're procrastinating, because you already have the plan in front of you. It's just about executing. Now, personally, what this has done for me, it allowed me to get my certifications that I told you about earlier in my career field. Now I have more time to spend with family and critical activities. It's giving me more time to travel and create more experiences for myself. Okay. So the false belief that, that taking up more time would save you, that using more time to spend on a planning is going to waste time, that's false. Because you might be thinking, man, I got to use this and it's going to take me more time now because now I got to spend 5, 10, 15 minutes filling this out. But actually, initially, it's going to seem like it's going to take longer, but it's actually going to help you more in the long run. All right. Now, so that's what you're going to get today. You're going to get the 6 weeks, and then also going to get the bonus. But I also thought about, I said, man, what else can I really do? And I said, you know what? I think it'd be good if we add surprise celebrity interviews. Surprise celebrity interviews. So I said, okay, so this would be good because one, it'll help me. It'll help me not only learn, but it'll also help you learn as well. Now, there's a few things I had to do to get I had to work this out. I had to sacrifice a lot, something, but I didn't want you to have to do that, but I wanted to ask the gurus personally my questions because I know that they're your questions as well, and you'll be able to hear it, quote unquote, from the horse's mouth, right? So, but the good thing is you don't have to go out. You don't have to try to search, and try to find answers directly because I got them for you. Okay. So that's what you're going to get after you take the 6 weeks. Now, obviously this is going to be great for you because it's going to help you, it's going to help you achieve your goals fast and easier, and you're hearing it directly from them. Okay. And you don't have to put the amount of work, blood, sweat, and tears that I put in to get this. Okay. So, we all have a false belief, that other people can do it, but I can't do it. And my dad, my pops always told me that anything that anybody else can do, I can do too. We're all human, okay? So it's good to hear directly from the people who are actually out there and, really doing big things in the world, okay? So that's what you're going to get today, the 6 weeks. And then I'm also going to give you 2 bonuses. But I thought about it again. I said, I really want to make this like a no-brainer, something that, that's really going to help them personally because they learn from other people. What can I really help people with that's going to help them learn personally? And I said, what would be good? To give them a 30-minute coaching session, where I will personally coach you. And so you'll be able to, overcome, and you don't have to try to struggle to find coaches that don't have time for you, and you'll be able to get your questions answered personally because it's sort of one thing to learn and to say, okay, how do I apply this in my own life? These are the goals that I have. How do I apply this productivity ideas and strategies to what I have to do? And with this coaching session, it's personally going to help. It's going to help you get clear on that. And I'm going to help you actually formulate a plan that all you need to do is execute on it by the time we're done, and that is the value of having this. All right. So it's going to help give you clarity. And it's also going to help you, I'm also going to show you how to specifically apply this to your goals. Okay. So this is what I have. There's not much more I can do after this. All right. I'm giving you 6 weeks in a more productive day masterclass and 3 bonuses. The bonus of the daily impact planner, the bonus 2 is celebrity interviews, and bonus 3 to 30-minute coaching sessions, which typically is going to cost $1,393. But I'm not gonna charge you that, so you don't have to worry about that today. Okay. Now, the real question is the value worth it? Is it worth it to take action on your priorities every day? If you're able to take action on whatever you feel like is important to you every day, gives you value, helps you leave a legacy, helps you live to your fullest potential. What is the value worth to help you live to your fullest potential? How much would you pay to live to your fullest potential? Think about that. All right. What's the value worth to you if you're able to have more quality time with your family, more quality time to travel and do the things that you really want to do in life? You only live once. What would the value be to you if you're able to save money and not spend money on distractions and wasted gas? And we all know time is money. So you're able to save time now. So you're able to save money. So what that really mean to you? Now, obviously, like I said, I'm not going to charge you $1,393, but if I did charge you $1,393 and all it did was these things, would it be worth it? Question you have to ask yourself. The question I asked myself, I said, listen, I have 2 choices. There's 2 things that I could do. What do I want to do? I said, one, I can either go as cheap as possible and, just sort of put something together and give it to you and, it'll still be good. But I said, what can I really do? Which is number 2. I said, well, it can be a slightly higher investment, but I'll be able to dedicate more time, more of my time, more resources to it. I could be able to spend more time creating other things that you can use to help you to be more productive. So, I decided that I would rather spend more time and put more of an investment in order to help you do what you needed to do, okay? In order so you can accomplish your goals. Now, if you were productive today and you started making money, because I know a lot of people here that watch this as entrepreneurs too, and a lot of people here, they like money. So, what would it be worth to you if you could quit your job in 90 days? What would that be worth to you? Right? Think about that. And then also, how much would you pay if you had one profitable month of business? If you're in business right now and you've been trying to make money, but now you actually know, oh, these are the ways that I can actually make sure my energy's up. These are the ways, this is the mindset I need to have. Oh, this is how I need to structure and plan my day. This is the habits that I need. So what would that actually mean is now that you're doing the right things and you're actually being able to make a profit each month, what would that be worth to you? Okay. So this is everything that you're going to get today. 6 weeks of the More Productive Days class. Bonus number 1, which is the Daily Impact Planner. Bonus number 2, which is surprise celebrity interviews. And then bonus number 3, which is a 30-minute coaching session, okay, which is $13.93. Now, you already see how much value that you're getting out of all this, right? And the only reason that that I'm not charging you all of this is because right now I'm just in the last final phase of it where I'm just cleaning up some of the things, and then we also have some of the calls we're finishing up. So there's certain things that I'm not completely finished with, so I'm not going to charge you this whole price. I'm actually not even going to charge you anywhere near this price. Okay, so that's the only reason, and I'm still having some interviews and things that I'm putting together and that I'm lining up to do. So that's the reason why I'm not charging you this. But I'm gonna give you a very, very special offer that's nowhere near this. All right. So just for today, I'm gonna give you a special one-time offer of $149. And this will be the lowest you will ever see this program, because as the interviews, more things start coming together and I start finishing a program, I'm going to definitely keep raising this price. All right. So this will be the last time you see this. So just make sure that you access it. All right. Make sure you click the button, access the link, and you can go right now and be able to get this course, because this will definitely go away. All right. So make sure you click the button, click the link, and you access this. All right. So now let me put this into perspective. Right now, the people outside of this webinar is not going to get the bonuses. They're not going to get the certain things that you're getting. Right now, how much would you really invest for this? Because most people, they invest in so many other things that's not helping them get money back. They invest in, clothes, and invest in food, and do a whole bunch of other things, spend money on, that's not going to help them get the value that they need to get. But you know what? The fact that you're here and you stay to the end, that's why you're going to get this special one-time offer. Okay. Now you're in a position right now where you have 2 choices. You get to do nothing with all the information that you learned today and the opportunity that you have to get into, or you could take the leap of faith and you could just join the program. And you could take the leap of faith and join the program, because I'm guaranteed this is not the best program that you have ever taken on productivity and helping you accomplish your goals, because I've learned from the world's best, and all I did was take that and I put it into a program that you'll be able to use. If this is not the best program that you've ever taken on productivity, then I'm giving you a 30-day money back guarantee. Try it for free for 30 days. If you don't like it, get your money back. No questions asked. No anything. You'll be able to get your money back. I don't care if you take 4 weeks, right, out of the 6 weeks, and then say, you know what, this is not for me. But the whole point is that, I know you're going to love it, and I know you're going to find a lot of value out of it, right? So the real question is it worth gambling for a few minutes, rolling the dice for a few minutes of your time to go through the course and check it out? Is it really worth it? Are you really up for it? So you have to think about your investments. All the world's best people that I know, they make investments in the world's best coaches and the world's best programs, in the in the world's best teams. They always invest in, and that's why they're always on top. Okay, so this is what you're gonna get totally. 6 weeks of the More Productive Days Masterclass. Bonus 1, which is the Daily Impact Plan. Bonus 2, which is surprise celebrity interviews. Bonus number 3, which is 30-minute coaching session. Okay, and you're gonna get all of that. But I was really thinking, like, man, all this is like the best that you can get right now, right? But I said, you know what could I still really do that's gonna help? And so I said, maybe there's one more thing that I can help. I feel like they need some kind of ongoing training. So what I'm going to do is, and this is exclusive to everybody who's just listening to this right now, you're going to be able to get surprise bonus number 4, which is lifetime access. You're going to get free lifetime access to my upcoming monthly membership program. Next year, 2018, I'm doing a monthly membership program where each and every month is going to be ongoing productivity training that you can tune into. And I'm going to be charging every month for that, but only for the people that's that's listening to this live cast right now before it's taken down and this ends, that you will get access to that. So join this program and you're going to get months and you're going to get lifetime value. As long as I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm doing this program, you will have access to my monthly membership program that I'll be charging monthly for next year. But that's only for the people that's here with me right now, that's taking advantage of this offer right now. Okay. So make sure you go ahead and get started. Again, everything that you're going to get is the 6 weeks of the More Productive Day Masterclass. Bonus number 1, which is the Daily Impact Planner. Bonus number 2, which is surprise celebrity interviews. Bonus number 3, which is the 30-minute coach session. And the surprise bonus number 4, which is lifetime monthly membership access. So go ahead and click the button below right now. It's $149, and you'll be able to, on the other side, you'll be able to start right now, jumping into the course and going through the first week of the material. Now, I know there's going to be some people that's going to say, hey, I can check my phone whenever. That's no big deal. I understand. I understand your mentality on that. Or, I'm a conservative device user. I don't feel like I need to be productive. Or, I feel like I always need to be in the know and know everything. So, you talk about distractions. And I get all of those things, but it's really about what is important to you and what do you need in order to focus and be productive towards the things that you need to do. Or even if you don't think that, just understand that what's holding you back right now is that you're spending time other places that's not getting you the result that you want. All right, so click the button below right now, $149, and I'll see you on the other side. So make sure you watch the welcome video and the intro video first before you jump into the other videos, okay? Because I'm going to walk you through each and every week and walk you through what do you need to do to get the most out of the program, right? So click the button below. I'll see you on the other side.